Hi, my name is Tamara Dickinson, and I am the Nursing Committee Chairperson for the ICS Nursing Committee here at the meeting this year in Toronto. And with me I have my colleague Tina. I'll let her pronounce her last name so I don't mess it up. And she and I had the opportunity to actually work on the ethical white paper that was produced a couple of years ago, I think now.
Yeah.
And so she's fortunately going to be the keynote speaker for us this afternoon in the Nurses Forum, which is called the Nurses Forum, but open to anyone.
Yeah. So hi. I'm Tina Vaittinen and from Tampere University, and it's really, really nice to see you actually in person.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were part of the same. We wrote a white paper for the ethical conduct of continence care for older adults.
Yep.
It was a bigger group, but that took place during COVID time. So I think we've kind of met online quite a few times,
Yes.
and also in some of the online conferences. But it's really nice to actually see you in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you put together a program like this year? Or should we tell something about the program maybe?
We talked about things that we wanted to do things that were timely and of interest, and things that frankly weren't related to COVID anymore, because everyone has long COVID, whether you were sick with long COVID or you just have burnout from COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were very interested in the work that you've done and wanted you to share with the nurses and whoever else would have an interest in that topic.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ashamed that I didn't actually, I should have really written a proper abstract so that people also other than nurses could come. So what I'm going to be talking about the ecological sustainability and actually the massive planetary crisis that we're in and what we can do with better continence care, because, and I argue that people who are continence care experts actually have a major role to play in the planetary crisis because of obviously the single-use waste that incontinence produces, and also you experts, you know how to use the technologies right, so there will always be need for technologies, but we need to use them in the right way, and then of course all kinds of prevention, treatment, mitigation, rehabilitation and all of that. So the talk is for nurses, but really it's for everybody.
Yeah. And then you have a colleague as well that's speaking at the forum as well, and I believe she's going to focus some on fecal issues. Which also is, we're presenting. Donna Bliss will be presenting about the ICS Bowel Diary that was published as part of her work that she's been working on for some time, and and then we're going to get an update from Frankie Bates about issues and things that are going on here in Canada.
Yeah, and actually I think therefore I think the Nurses Forum actually brings something to the program that wouldn't be there otherwise so much, because of course always fecal matters are not discussed that much, and now you have two talks about feces. So Dr. Anna Rajala will be talking about bioethics and politics and to do with fecal incontinence, and then of course Donna's work. And then of course the environmental sustainability questions, actually they have to do with every single presentation here, because incontinence has such a big role, so now we kind of bring it to the fore. So I really hope that it reaches also other than nurses.
I have such an interest in all of this because of being in this organization for so many years with all these different countries and hearing all these different things, and being I'm an American and working in the American healthcare system, which is incredibly wasteful. And just learning all these things, and even though we're so wasteful, we still don't take great care of everyone. And so it's something that's really near and dear to my heart. My patient population is all the way from the homeless and indigent to the very, very wealthy in my clinic. And so as a nurse practitioner, so it's the haves and the have-nots. I see all of it.
And actually these kinds of social inequalities have a massive economic impact. I mean, the US is spending much more on healthcare, and still you're not providing for everybody. And at the same time, it also has a massive environmental impact if we don't cater for the needs of everybody. So better continence care actually saves money and it saves the environment. And if we could get that across in all the societies we could really have. And the ICS experts have a massive role to play here. So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. It is. It's a great forum for this because it is international and multidisciplinary.
Yeah, I think the multidisciplinary really is the key. I mean, I've never seen an organization like this where you have, I mean, of course there are hierarchies, and sometimes actually I think we should talk about those hierarchies as well. But at the same time, you still are all here and kind of sharing knowledge, attending to each other's forums and panels and so on and so forth, which doesn't happen.
And the workshops and things need to be a multidisciplinary in nature, and you don't see that in other organizations.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a very unique thing for the ICS, and I agree with you that being that unique multidisciplinary, organization gives them a niche and us a niche space to work on the things like you're talking about today.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we call it?
Are we cut?
we can finish that.
Yeah. I think it was kind of a finish. So.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.